what's up everybody, my name is Nelson, I'm the Living Card Gamer, and today we are taking a look at the newest hero that was just announced for Marvel Champions, Ironheart. Before we hop into it, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Living Card Game content. Alrighty, Ironheart AKA Riri Williams is a super genius child who was accepted into MIT at the young age of 11. She has significant tragedy in her past. She lost her father before she was born, and she lost her stepfather and best friend in a drive-by shooting when she was just 13. Riri decided to take on a challenging project to occupy her time and ended up reverse engineering an old Iron Man suit using stolen materials from her college campus and created her first super suit. She decided to become Ironheart after Tony Stark fell in a coma at the end of the Civil War and wanted to carry on his legacy. Now that we're getting her in Marvel Champions, Ironheart is a super unique hero as she will be leveling up throughout the game. Her primary mechanic is to place progress counters on her identity card and then remove 6 of those counters to improve her suit and get stronger. So let's take a look at the 3 different versions that she has. She starts out in version 1 where in alter ego she's able to spend a mental resource to place 1 progress counter on her identity, and then in hero form she has a hand size of 4 and a 1-2-3 stat line. Kind of tough. However, as she levels up, it gets easier to place those progress counters on her in alter ego form, and she gets better stats. In version 2, she gains the aerial trait, increases her hand size to 5, and then ups her thwart to 2. Then finally in version 3, she has a hand size of 6 with a thwart of 3, for a final stat line of 3-2-3. With the power increase, it's going to be really exciting to level her up throughout the game, and it's probably going to require her to be in alter ego a fair amount, which makes me really excited to try her in the justice aspect, and utilize cards such as Lay Down the Law to remove all that threat the villain's going to be putting on the main scheme, and then Meditation to play those super high cost allies. There are other ways to add progress counters to her identity other than just being an alter ego by using some of the signatures cards that were announced, such as Flyover or Photon Beam. Flyover is a thwart card that removes 3 threat and places a progress counter for 2 cost. If this removes the last threat from a scheme, you get a bonus progress counter. In the same vein, Photon Beam deals 4 damage and places a progress counter. If it defeats an enemy, then we get to place an extra one. Stroke of Genius is a card that I'm really excited for. It's a mental resource card that allows you to place a progress counter and then allows you to draw a card. So this can be used to pay for a card, or what I'm really excited for is if you use it to pay for her ability and alter ego, you get to place 2 progress tokens on her card. We also get some exciting cards that were announced that scale with her version number, like New and Improved and Photon Blasters. New and Improved is a 3-cost event that allows you to choose X different options based off the version number Ironheart is currently in. She can search her deck for an Ironheart card, which seems super strong, give herself a tough status card, or ready her. So if you are all the way powered up, you get all of these benefits for just 3 resources. That's an insane value. Photon Blasters is an upgrade that very much reminds me of Iron Man's Power Gauntlets. This card gives Ironheart +2 hit points, and it can be exhausted to deal damage equal to her current version number, so it's scaling with her as well. Once she gets built, Ironheart is going to be a monster. Ironheart is going to be released with a pre-constructed leadership deck with a lot of new exciting cards to add to that blue aspect. Up first, we're going to take a look at Cloud9, who is a new aerial champion ally. She is a 3-cost with a 1-1-3 stat line with a fairly specialized ability. You can exhaust her to give all aerial characters a player controls +1 thwart until the end of the round. So I'm excited that we're getting more options with the aerial trait, but it's going to be kind of hard and you're going to want to build decks around him, which is a fun and exciting prospect. We're getting a new Falcon, Quinn Torres, who costs 4, has a 1-2-3 stat line, and has the ability that says after Falcon attacks or thwarts, you can spend her energy resource to ready another champion you control. I'm really excited to see how this is going to play off of Nova and his crazy super helmet. And finally, the last blue ally that was announced today, Patriot. Patriot is a 3-cost ally with a 2-1-4 stat line. He has the ability to give another champion character +1 to all of his basic powers after he enters play. Go All Out was the only non-blue ally card announced today, but it's insane. It costs 2, and that can only be paid for with energy resources. And it reads, exhaust your hero and deal damage to the sum of their thwart, attack, and defense values. So we were playing around in the Discord today, and we think that the highest this card can get is actually going to be with Spider-Woman. So Spider-Woman, combine her with a combat training, armored vest, heroic intuition, 3 versions of Moxie, 3 morale boost, 3 civic duties, 3 adrenaline rushes for a total of 39 damage for 2 resources. Obviously this is going to be near impossible to pull off, but one can dream. Also, if we missed something, let us know in the comments or join the Discord to join in some of these crazy discussions. We are also getting some new basic cards to add to the ever-expanding pool, like Snowguard, who's a super versatile ally. Snowguard costs 4 resources and has a 003 stat line, which sounds absolutely awful until you read her ability. When she enters play, you get to decide how many shift counters to place on her. If you place 1, she gets 3 attack and gains overkill. 2, she gets 3 thwart and gains aerial, and then with 3 counters, she gets plus 5 hit points and retaliate 1. She's going to be a great way to shore up any weaknesses your deck has. And then the last player card that was announced today is probably what I am most excited for, which is Go For Champions. We are only allowed to include one copy of this 3-cost card, and it can only be played if you have the champion trait. Right now, that only includes Miss Marvel, and then 3 upcoming heroes, Nova, Miles Morales Spider-Man, and now Ironheart. Go For Champions has the ability that states each champion character in play cannot take damage until the end of the round. That means that none of your champion allies will be taking consequential damage, and you can tank hits from the villain. If you have allies, they are free to block for non-champion heroes at the tables, and I can really see this card turning the tide of future battles. Similar to the Nova Hero Pack, Ironheart is being released with a new modular encounter set, Zax. Zax loves to feed off energy. This 7-card encounter set features the minion Zax, who has 2 scheme, 2 attack, and 4 hit points. He has an ability that states he gets plus X attack and hit points equal to the total number of energy resources on the cards the engaged player controls. Zax has a boost effect that reads that if you have at least 2 energy resources in your hand when you draw him, you have to put him engaged with you. Feedback Loop is a side scheme that gets extra threat depending on how many energy resources are on the table, and I'm really excited about this design space and how it changes based off how the players have built their deck and how it's going to interact with different heroes. And if you're thinking, maybe I'll just not include any energy resources in my deck, Zax has a counter for that with Haywire. Haywire causes you to treat every card in your hand as if it were an energy resource. Side note, I cannot wait to play against this modular set with Captain Marvel, who is all about using energy resources, and let's see how quickly we can build up energy channel with Haywire attached. Ironheart looks super unique, and I'm very excited to try her out when she is released. But before we go, we need to talk about one small sentence that was placed at the end of the article FFG posted today, which is, quote, "Our hope is to release all future hero packs in pairs. Each will remain their own separate product, barring any shipping delays or other logistical issues." So I am super excited to get multiple heroes at the same time and see what the design space that opens up for this game and how they're going to play off of each other. For example, Nova, who's being released alongside Ironheart, is fast, strong, and can hit the table and go and allow Ironheart to build up for her final form to come in and swing in for the victory. So thank you for joining. Let me know what you think about Ironheart in the comments, and I'm looking forward to talking with you very soon. Happy gaming, everyone.